Hola amigos. Sitting here. It's time 3:30 in the morning. Um, I've actually had quite a good sleep tonight. I went to bed around midnight. Um, Woke up about 2:30 a.m. So it's 2.5 hours sleep. Um, but when you tally that up with everything else I've had during the day, I've probably had about 6 hours today, which is good for me. I'm not a traditional sleeper. Um, the only time I'll sleep, a 6 hour stint straight or 8 hours at a stretch is if I'm drunk. Um, so yeah, I've been like this for a while. Uh, Lots of people, lots of normal people freak out about sleeping patterns and so on. They go, "Oh, well, you don't sleep, you must be crazy." And yeah, it probably is one of the signs that you're on the spectrum. Um, I like that word, on the spectrum. My friend in New Zealand used to use it all the time. Jeremy Swan, good man. Um, and it's a nice way to talk about people that are different from people that live their life in a box. Um, and I'm not saying that sarcastically. Um, there's a lot of very, very successful people out there that live a traditional life, and I take their hat off them. My sister's one of them, Bronwyn. She's very grumpy with me at the moment, understandably. Um, she's a trustee, independent trustee on my house, which I've been trying to sell now for too long, and I really do wish that when I purchased the house in Dunedin that I didn't put it in a trust. I already had a trust, but it just makes life so much more difficult when you're trying to do anything. Um, and there's no benefits these days in New Zealand of having trust. You're not protected. Um, it was a stupid move. I'd already lost everything. My wife had already taken half of everything that I'd had. My ex-wife, and so I didn't have anything else really to lose. It would have been much easier if I just put that in my fucking personal name. The house would have been sold months and months ago. My money would have been freed up, and life would have been a lot easier. Um, but this is life. We all turn around and go, "Oh wow, if only this." Um, I remember playing golf with an old guy from Balclutha. He was good friends with my pop. His name is Bill Churston. And one of his favourite sayings when we were on the golf course was if someone missed a putt or played a bad shot or whatever, I go, if fucking only this and only that. And he'd turn around and go, deadpan, and he'd go, if your mother had balls, she'd be your father. he, he was a good old rooster. I invited him along actually one day when I was a member at the Hills. I used to pay 15,000 a year to be a member at Michael Hill's private golf course, and we were there was a tournament. I needed a partner, so he had a bit of a reputation in the golf club as being a bit of a farmer when it comes to handicapping and so on. um, I don't know. I don't. Who cares? But so anyway, I invited him along to this golf tournament, and yeah, we had a great day. And he definitely wasn't a farmer that day because fucking we did a lot of fucking digging, but we didn't fucking do any good on the golf course. Um, but he had a great day, and he appreciated me inviting him along. I was probably only 33, 35. He would have been, he's retired, well, he's retired, yeah. He drives buses, but he just does the school bus and everything. But yeah, I've always enjoyed spending time with older people. They're so much more chill, relaxed, and you can actually learn a lot from them if you listen. So what's been going on? Let me turn the sound right down because the last time I did a post, I did a 27-minute YouTube video, and it was a waste of fucking time because all you could hear was the fucking TV. I'm doing my words of wisdoms. Yeah, things have been going okay. I've got my passport now. And you'd think that magically life becomes much easier once you've got a passport, but it doesn't. It obviously opens up different doors, but dealing with technology over here is very frustrating. I spent 4 hours wandering around in the rain 2 days ago trying to get my rent for Arma. And I had, I think it was about $450 left in my New Zealand bank account, and I was trying to get it to Costa Rica, which has been the major battle that I've had since I've been here. And even with the passport, it was tricky. So I ended up sending it via Western Union to myself. But of course, it's not the normal thing to do. You don't normally send money in a wire transfer to yourself. So one of the first questions they ask is, like, what's your phone number in New Zealand? Could you send from New Zealand? You must have a New Zealand phone number. I don't have a New Zealand phone number. So I used Tane's phone number for that. That got me around that point. And then I tried to verify my passport identification 4 different times over 2 days, and it failed each time. And you just go, what the fuck is going on? Like, I've done everything properly, and once again, technology's falling over. Whether it was, I don't know, the internet cut out halfway through it or whatever, I'm fucked if I know. But I got to the point where I was drenched. I went to the Western Union shop, and they basically said, well, she said, she didn't speak any English, so we were trying to communicate with each other. I've got no Wi-Fi. She's got no Wi-Fi to give me, so I walk out of the shop and I walk a couple of, I don't know, 200 meters down the road, and I find a cell phone repair shop. I walk in there and there's a nice guy. He looks pretty quiet. He's actually watching a football game on TV, and I asked him if he speaks English, and thankfully he did. And I said, look, could you do me a huge favour? I'm trying to get money from Western Union, but I've got no Wi-Fi. And he was nice enough to say yes, because 9 times out of 10 people go no. They don't want you using their Wi-Fi. Especially the common person on the street, they get paranoid and think that you're going to try and hack into their system and all that sort of shit. Which, even though I've worked in technology most of my life, I would have no fucking idea how to go about doing that. I mean, I haven't even been on the dark web in New Zealand. I've got no idea how to get into it or what to do or fucking all that sort of shit. And I know that's where all the bad shit goes down. But to be honest, it didn't really interest me. So anyway, yeah, I finally managed to do this transfer, and I'm in there and I'm doing this verification of my passport and identification for the fucking 5th time, and praying to the good Lord, baby Jesus, please let this work, and it worked. I had to I upload some proof of address documents, proof of my New Zealand address, which is my parents' house in Wanaka. So that was easy enough. I could download a bank statement. Did that. So ended up getting 78,000, and I owed Omar 75,000. 57,500 in rent for 2 weeks. I basically paid 230 US a month. And he's short on money at the moment because he's having bank issues as well. His accounts have been frozen down too. Different story. So he's wanting the money, and I'm trying to give him the money, and then so yeah, literally that leaves me with 3,000 colonies in cash, which is about $9 New Zealand, about $10 New Zealand, which is not much. Enough to pay for my bus fares to get in to San Jose, but even that's wasting money, you know. I'm just gonna push bike in his bar, and I'm gonna fucking next time I'm heading in tomorrow, and I'm gonna take take a bike pump up the tyres and start biking around on that until I get my motorbike back, which once again is proving to be a mission as well. The prosecutor keeps emailing me telling me to come in, but of course I have no fucking Wi-Fi, and then eventually when I read it, I'm reading it in the afternoon, and I'm meant to be there in the morning at the courthouse, and this has happened like 3 times now. So I emailed him back last night and said, look, I'll be at the courthouse at 8:30 in the morning. So to show him my new passport, and hopefully fucking that speeds things up. I don't know why it's gone to the fucking prosecutor. I don't know whether they're trying to fucking find me something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I had $45 on my Visa. So the only way I've been able to purchase food and shit is through Uber Eats and get it delivered or pick up, which is challenging in itself. I've had 3 orders on Uber Eats end up not being delivered because the location's not in the right place and blah blah blah. But I finally figured out what my fucking address is here, so that's good. It makes life a lot easier. Yeah, I got my passport delivered to the British Embassy, which was good. Of course, it's completely clean. It's got no stamps in it, so I need to now contact, I think, immigration in Costa Rica. I'm not sure, customs or whoever, and explain that my passport was stolen. To do that, I'm going to need documentation. To do that, I need to get back to the police station and get documentation with all my records that have happened to me over the year that I've been here, and I've literally been in there probably 10 or 12 times doing different reports. They know me by first name basis, those guys. I remember joking to them at one point, going, fuck, you guys should employ me in undercover. I know all the bad people in town. They just laughed. So, yeah, they got sick of me coming in there so much that they basically told me to fuck off. I think this is why they deferred me across to the prosecutor, because they just wanted it out of their park. So the last time I said, well, can I please have a copy of all my police reports? And they know exactly who I am. They said, well, you need your passport to do that, because they just couldn't be bothered doing the work. And I said, well, I don't have a passport. You know that. It's been stolen. And come back when you've got a passport. Okay. So that stopped me claiming insurance, blah, 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 because I don't have documentation, blah, 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 blah. Everything just fucking rolls on. So yeah, I'm very busy trying to sort shit out at the moment. Trying to sort shit out in New Zealand, trying to sort shit out here. Trying to fucking stay away from crazy bitches. I had a run-in with one of the local girls here, who turns out to be a bit of a gangster, apparently. So, we made out, we did the wild thing, and then she wanted money, and I'm like, well, what the fuck am I giving you money for? I said, I can't afford to fucking give you money. She goes, you agreed to pay me 10,000 colonies, which is 30 New Zealand dollars. I said, no, I didn't. I said, I know you speak Spanish. You're speaking Spanish to me just before we were making out, and of course I'm going CZZ. And I'm thinking that she's wanted me to buy her some cerveza and cigarros, which I can do, cigarettes, via Uber Eats, but we're going to Tiramore and picking it up. But no. She wanted cold hard cash. I'm like, you know what? I actually gave her some clothes and shit, and I've been to her house a couple of times. I know her father and her mother. You know, she's super nice and super friendly when she's not in a fucking bad mood, which is like every fucking woman. But you know, the moment she literally went septic, and she just was fucking like, the amount of texts and shit she was sending through to me was just like crazy. I ended up just muting her. And I talked to Omar about it, and Omar knows her, and he goes, oh yeah, she's one of my friends, but she's a bad woman. She's a dangerous woman. She knows a lot of bad people. And he recommended that I just pay her 5,000 just to keep her happy. But then I discovered that she stole my fucking hair clippers, and she stole a tool belt, which had a lot of tools in it, and because she's the only one that's been in my house. Apart from Maria. Maria wouldn't fucking steal anything because she's pure as the driven snow. So yeah, and then I said, no, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not a fucking little bitch that you can boss around. I'm a fucking man, and I'm not fucking putting up your shit. So I said, I'm not paying you. Fucking, that's the end of story. And then I blocked her. So the problem is that she lives on the main fucking entrance into fucking Tres Rios, San Diego, and I've pretty much got to walk past her fucking where she hangs out every fucking day. So I haven't actually, she hasn't spotted me yet. There's been a couple of times where I've walked to Tiramore and I've had my umbrella because I've been pissing out rain. So I've been in disguise as Inspector Gadget because I've got a big long rain jacket. So she hasn't recognised me yet, but it'll happen. So we'll just have to see what happens when that does happen. Yeah, I've just been tidying up my house tonight, putting my clothes away. Did a big washing day yesterday, washing the fucking dishes. The electricity in this place is fucking crazy. It's half the voltage of New Zealand, but literally I get electric shocks off fucking everything. There's a light in the spare room that whenever I touch it, I fucking go zzz. And we've just almost managed to wire up my fucking, when I say wire up, it's wired up this oven. Now, this is the wiring system that we have. Is use sellotape because it didn't have any electrical tape from the main fucking shit. This feed's coming in straight in from this power box, which I'm not going to open up the door, but it's right in there, which is fucking dodgy as fuck. Tonight I'm standing here fucking cleaning up, and I go to touch this fucking element right here, and zzz, and that's not even switched on. I'm like, fuck me, man. Like, it's about trying to fucking keep me on my toes. So yeah, that's just what you have to deal with. If anything, I think I'm probably spending a little bit too much for what this place is, because remembering that I've done all the fucking renovations in here. But in saying that, Owen looks after me. I mean, most of the time. Depends. When he's drunk and he's in a good mood, he's very liberal. He's very like he'll give me free food, leftover food, and shit like that. But then when he thinks that I'm okay, or if he thinks that he's taking the piss or whatever, then he goes the other way and he gives me nothing. There's times where I'm in here and I've got absolutely no fucking food, and I'm fucking, you know, I get up early and I go looking for rubbish and I go looking for what people throw away and shit. The other morning I was starving and I've been eating literally fucking fermented food for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And I found a big fucking KFC bag. It was rubbish day, and somebody just put it on the street, and I thought, right, fuck, I'm going to pick that up. So I did, discreetly took it back home, and sure enough, it was a big box of KFC, and they'd probably eaten 2/3 of it. And the rest of it was fucking, it was heaven. I just sat there and fucking chowed down. And then that night I managed to do a Uber Eats order and get some fucking groceries. I got some tomatoes, capsicum, fresh fruit, some more rice, some sugar. I got 24 eggs, and I was literally in tears of happiness. I was just like, oh my God, this is so good. I'm a good cook. I'm a good chef. I don't mind staying at home because I cook up a storm. I still do want to open up a Kiwi cafe at some stage. But you need money to do that. Which you need money to do fucking everything in life. If you want to invest on anything, you gotta have money. If you want to fucking date women, you gotta have money. I've been chatting to quite a few different girls, and a few nice ones for a change. And there's one that I've been chatting with for a while, and every time I look like I'm in a position to go meet her, there's something else comes up and I've got to pay, and then I have no money. So I just keep putting her off, saying that I'm very busy with work and blah, blah, blah. But yeah. So I woke up tonight and I was, I need to go to the toilet. Got up and I was like, wow, I'm awake now. I'm not going to get back to sleep. So I found years ago that there's no point lying in bed trying to get to sleep. You might as well get up and do something productive. So put away my washing and fucking switched on the telly and changed channels from all the crazy fucking yelling at each other, the sort of talkback shows and shit, to channel 13, and there was a bit of opera on. And you know what? I actually like opera. It's fucking cool. You don't understand a word they're fucking saying, which is like me being and trying to speak Spanish, but you understand what's going on. And it's the same with Spanish. You don't actually need to know a language to be able to communicate. You can communicate through visual cues, and you can know what's going on by the drama in the scene, whether people are laughing or fucking serious or whatever. And that can lead to confusion. Sometimes people think they understand, and I actually don't understand it. To me, it's just fucking blah, 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 blah. Fish and chips, blah, blah, blah. There's words in amongst it that I understand, but I don't understand the sentence structure, and it's just babble. Which I hope that eventually it's not, but there's a lot of old guys that have fucking immigrated over here, and they just don't learn Spanish because it's not in their brain. And maybe I am too old to pick it up. I don't know. We'll see. My friend Heather, she, the retired porn star, she said she reckoned 2 to 3 years. She said more like 3 years, and you should be able to. She said even then her Spanish is not what she classes great, but and she's been here for a long time. She's married to a Chico. So yeah, it's challenging living in a place like this in some ways, but in other ways it opens up a lot of doors that's not open to normal people, because they look at you and they think you're a gringo and you've got money, which has its positives and its negatives. The negatives is that you get every fucking man and dog coming up to you expecting a handout, and it gets frustrating. I am definitely getting to the point where I'm pulling back. The last 4 or 5 days I've just been in here doing fucking jack shit. I haven't been even talking to the guys down the street who I used to go down and, have a beer and have a cigarette with and communicate. But I haven't even been talking to them. I've just been keeping to myself. Trying to, just get my shit sorted. Which, it can get a bit weary at times when you're just fucking sitting with your thoughts the whole time. And you think you're doing good, and then something else comes up, and it just goes, oh, fuck me. So my house should be on the fucking market now. Pretty close to it anyway. I've got to organise selling my shit in New Zealand, which is in my garage. I'm going to decide I'm going to go to an auction house and get that done. Tane's going to the rugby on. He's going to the rugby on the 5th, I think it is. There's a test match in Dunedin, so I'll get him to go in and just get some personal shit out of there. And then the rest of it is just going to an auction house, which is, I decided, is the best way to do it, rather than try and get friends to sell it on Facebook. But yeah, the house all looks good. It's in good condition. The tenants did a very good job at looking after the grounds and so on. So yeah, fingers crossed that it sells quickly and at a reasonable price. The market at the moment, I think it's probably a good time to sell right now, or better time than it was, say, 6 months ago. The real estate agent's saying there's not much on the market because it's winter, and interest rates have come down. And yeah, I don't know. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. I paid. What did I pay for that place? I paid 585,000. I think it was around that. And I actually paid 13,000 over the asking price because I bought at the peak during COVID, and I was sick of fucking wandering around. So and it had everything I wanted. It's a good house. It's a good rental. It's a good investment. But it's not in the best area of town. Costa Ric's got a very bad reputation, but it's ex-housing estate area, and it's on the rise. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, my job's tomorrow. I'm heading into the courthouse first thing, 8:30, to give my passport to this guy. I'm then going to go to the police station. I'm in two minds whether to do an assault report on a guy that's a bouncer that hit me while I was walking on the street a week ago for absolutely no reason. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. And then I'm actually halfway through doing a new sign for Veeps, and so Ugo's actually happy with what I've done. He just wants me to change out the beers from the national beers to like Corona, Heineken, and so on, because he gets more margin on them. So it's my job tomorrow to do that, and hopefully I can present that to fucking Ugo. I'll have to work out a price for that. It's going to be a big banner that's going to go out on the wall. It's purposely written in English so that the gringos realise that it's a place they can go where they can get reasonable price drinks and reasonable price entertainment. Ugo's a good man. keeps warning me about Argentina. And I go, yeah, no, I understand. He's a bad guy. Well, he's a dodgy guy. But I keep saying this to Argentina, you're fucking dodgy, mate. He's like, no. And yeah, I mean, Argentina's Argentina. Um, he's a professional friend, basically. But once you put the ground rules down and say to him, hey, look, I'm not fucking buying you any more drinks, he's okay. Like, we still hang out and have fun. He just manages to fucking get by. Everybody ends up buying him drinks. He knows fucking just about everyone in town. But I'm one of the guys that don't buy him drinks, but he's fun to be around. Him, me, and Ness have been thick as thieves of late, but we've been getting fucked up, man, and I got very excited when I got my passport, and I lost 2 phones inside of a week. One of them I just bought that same day, and then I lost it, and for getting too drunk and fucking passing out. Combination of fucking drinking and fucking class A's, it fucks you up. When you're the likes of cocaine over here is so fucking cheap that it's literally $6 a gram you can buy it for. So, it's so common. It's cheaper than buying a fucking beer for a lot of people. So everyone just fucking passes it around on the street, and it's just normal. It's just fucking. It's like having a cup of coffee, but it's like anything. If you drink fucking 12 cups of coffee, you're gonna be fucking wired. So you need to fucking measure yourself and not overindulge. But if you get too excited, the cocaine for me is like having a cup of coffee. It wakes you up. It makes you feel good. Not for long. 20 minutes. It makes you want to have another beer. And that's where the problem is. It's the amount of alcohol that you drink because you're taking a little bit of cocaine gets you very drunk. And then if you start chucking in shots on top of that, and fucking blah, 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 next minute you wake up in the morning, you've got no idea where you are, and you've got nothing on you because you've passed out and people have just had a field day. So, yeah, I did make a conscientious decision 5 days ago to no more Class A's, especially when I'm out in the likes of Lacali, out in the town. Different scenario if you're sitting at home with friends that you trust and stuff like that. That's a bit of a different scenario. But I'm just fucking sick of losing my phones, man. Like, each one's $200, and it's just like fucking throwing money out the window. I mean, this was the phone that I brought, brand new, good phone. I've got the charger. I had that for 12 hours. So I'm disappointed in myself, okay? There's nothing worse than a father saying to their children, I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in myself. So, no more. I'm sick of fucking being a fucking train wreck. So, my sister said to me the other day she was getting upset because she thought that the house was going to a mortgage sale because the bank sent her a letter because she's a trustee. And I said, look, just relax. It's under control. It's fucking on the market. And she started off with saying, oh, you've made your bed and now you got to sleep in it. You'll always be on the fucking streets if this house goes to a mortgagee sale. And I said, yeah, look, that's under control. It's fucking happening. Relax. I said, yes, I've made my bed, but I'm remaking my bed now. Okay, give me a chance. I said, we haven't got along for a while. So I said to her, well, I'm your brother. I know I'm a fuck up, but and I'm the crazy brother that you don't trust can manage his life. You don't think I can manage my finances and all that sort of stuff, but I did it for many years. I was a father. I was a successful businessman, and I used to roll with the bigwigs. So, alright, it's been 35 minutes. I've also discovered that I think I might have fucking lost all my fucking, a lot of my audio clips that I was doing for my flat broke in San Jose with perfect English. I have to see tomorrow when I've got some internet. I thought that I was backing it up to the cloud, but when I went and had a look at my cloud the other day, I was just like, where the fuck are these files? There's only fucking a couple, so hence why I think I'm gonna start doing a lot more video, um, and do it that way. Yeah, I don't know. These posts are as much for my own sanity as for sharing my story. You know, it's good to talk through shit, and here I am talking it through. All right, I'm gonna get back to watching my opera, and I might cook a little bit of food. I'm a bit hungry, and yeah. Take care, everyone. Namaste. Love you all.